Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in, baby. Good morning, good morning. This is Red Pill Tamales. It's your boy Chingo Bling, baby. We back up in the saddle. We ain't went nowhere. We've been on the road like crazy. The homie Juan Perez is in the building.
What's up?
Has not slept in about 86 hours.
I slept a little bit. Took little naps.
So on some of these nights...
I don't know what is 2 hours. Is that a nap?
Last night was 2 hours again?
About 4. I got 4 yesterday. Or 4 last night, 2 the prior night.
That's 6.
Oh, no. That was like, no, I didn't sleep. Oh, when was the time we got back? When we got back, I didn't sleep. Then rode into the next day. I got 2 hours and then 4 hours. So I'm about 6.
6 hours in the past, what, 4 days?
3 days.
6 hours. GoFundMe's, donations.
I need to be sponsored by C4 because these are the things keeping me alive right now. I should be a test study.
Man, bro, y'all see how hard we working. Well, I guess y'all see how hard Juan is working because I probably got 6 hours just alone, just each night. Also, I want to give props to myself, man. I don't even know how to take it, but I got 4 stripes now on my white belt. My joke about having 2 stripes.
4? I thought it was 3.
You ain't look at the picture, bro.
You sent me the picture. I thought I had 3.
You ain't look at the picture right.
I thought I had man, I gotta look at the picture again.
He ain't slept yet.
I saw 3 and I was like, oh, that's what's up.
Nah, 3. You ain't look at it right, bro. I got 4. F4. All my pictures from now on, I'm holding a 4 fingers like this. 4 stripes, bro.
I wonder what you're gonna do when you get a new belt.
That's what Marisol said. Marisol said, oh no. She's like, once you get your blue belt, you're gonna be trying to wear it like it's your regular belt. Like you're just gonna be wearing it all the time.
I feel like if you get a new belt, you're gonna be in everybody's business. Hey, is there something going on over here? Do I need to step in? Hey, what's going on?
And then like first of all, shout out to Juan and my wife for like accommodating, just trying to get a good schedule going. This is the most I've gone to jiu-jitsu this week, period. Last night I was supposed to shoot scenes for a music video. That kind of like got postponed. But I'm glad I didn't cancel class because we're supposed to meet downtown to film at 8 and my class is done at 8. And I wasn't gonna, after I got my stripes, I wasn't gonna go to coach and be like, oh, by the way, I gotta leave early. So I was like, I'm just gonna have to be late. Thankfully, I did not skip class. Anyway, hopefully you guys notice, like, we like it better when Chingo goes to class. Like his rage issues.
He seems like he likes us when he goes to class.
Yeah, he isn't trying to like hammer fist anything. Cause at one point I'm like, yo, I just need like a dummy on the ground just so I could hammer fist. And then I'm looking forward to like getting better at like guns and stuff, and that'll be later, right? That'll be later.
You trying to turn into John Wick, dog?
First I'm trying to get my ears, bro. Hey man, y'all finna see me, bro. They gonna be like, yo, Chingo has evolved. He tatted up. He know how to take apart guns.
I'm gonna walk in one day and just see Chingo trying to do it, like trying to game the system.
Well, the ears, right?
Yeah.
So we were drilling something, and I did kind of get like. I don't know if it was homeboy's knee or like part of his leg was just kind of like bow, and I was like, yes, like it's gonna happen. So we shall see if I get the.
Did you already check that with your wife? Does she even like that?
She might
be like,
say,
hey man, come on man.
Hey, I'm gonna be like, hey, they like it in Brazil. I'm gonna be like, this what is it? Not a sex symbol, but
yeah,
like,
but the only problem with that is like your hearing's gonna get even worse.
That messes up your hearing too.
Well, yeah, you see the lines and stuff. That's still you hear echo, so you hear better. When you don't have that and it's just smooth over, you can barely hear. It's hard to hear because it's not guiding sound.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, yeah, that's what happens, bro.
Maybe if I get it like mild, like a little bit of myocarditis in my ear.
We're gonna have to talk to you a certain way and shit. Hey, you gotta talk a little bit lower. You gotta be down about this high, and you gotta talk like upwards to get in my ear. Though.
Or if anything, I'll show off the ear. But like, can you say that into my good ear, into my cauliflower? Damn, bro, you should have never told me that. And guess what? I don't give a damn. I'll have a hearing aid over my cauliflower ear, and if somebody say something, I'm be like, they like it in Brazil.
That shit's gonna be funny.
I'm like,
why do you think I married my wife? She fucking knows sign language.
Shout out to my wife for like raising me all the way to like a man. You know what I'm saying? This time next year, I'll probably have a blue belt, cauliflower ear, tatted up, taking apart guns. Y'all ain't gonna know what the hell is going on. And
Xi Jinping gonna not know what hit him, dog.
Hey,
they're gonna be like, oh shit.
They're gonna be like, Chingo waiting for a rapper to get out of line.
They're gonna think twice before invading us.
It's like, all of a sudden, don't nobody want to argue in the comments. Like, nah, this fool gonna pull up and hide in my tree.
Oh my god, you're gonna be one of those viral clips where you're like, "This is my address, pull up," and then we're gonna see you just beating up on somebody.
Have you seen those videos where it's like troll, online troll?
They did that to Deontay Wilder, dog.
I think Derek Lewis too. No,
I don't know about Derek Lewis, but
yeah, Derek Lewis. Somebody pulled up.
Oh my god,
over there,
Derek Lewis, you psychos.
And you know how he got him? He got him with a high kick to the head. It was like, pop.
Nah, man, y'all don't. Some of those guys are really flexible, and the heavyweights, they just don't look flexible because they never use that skill because they know they're going against a high level guy, so they don't do everything in their tool belt because it's like, no, if I do that, it could fuck me up.
Yeah.
And then you find out that, oh shit, this dude knows a lot of stuff. He just knows that if I do some of this stuff with the high level guy, they're gonna fuck me up.
Big facts. So, shout out to Juan for being here today. Here, dog. Can you put your code just so we keep track? There's a lot going on in the news. Did you hear about the LA, the twerking nuns that the Dodgers had invited, then uninvited, then re-invited, and all that?
No, well, I haven't heard of a few things. I've been almost like just encapsulated with like a bunch of stuff.
Dude, I can't wait. I can't wait for Juan to be able to like take it easy one day. Like maybe when I go out of town, is this weekend gonna be? Can you get any air this weekend?
No, I'm not. I gotta go see my son. So it's like one thing to the next thing to the next. Like my schedule. What I'm trying to do right now is take everything and get systems in place to where it's like, because right now it's like if something comes up, I know how to pivot. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm pivoting. I want to eventually get to the point where it's like, okay, we got the schedules down to where I can plan the schedule enough time so I can see if like, okay, this time I can go to the gym here, I could do this here, but instead of, I'm trying to like, okay, I got to make sure I get these things out, this thing there, I got to go see my son, I got to come back, I got to do this other thing, things come up with Israel, I'm doing stuff with Israel, so like I'm trying to, right now I'm on pivoting. Once I start getting systems and like,
right now
during this hour I'm doing this, during this hour I'm doing it, that's what I want to get to.
Right now he's my caretaker. He's podcast caretaker. Well, we appreciate you, dog, and hopefully you can get some rest, man. Like, shout out to the patrons, man. Can y'all discuss ways so we could be like, hey Juan, can I take some off your plate?
No. Well, I'm also type A as well, where it's like I gotta do this until I get it down. Well, it's hard to get help when we don't have anything system wise. Like if I had everything like written out, this is how we do this. This is how we do this. This is how we like. If I can figure out systems, then we can start. You can start hiring out help because they can do the thing without having. Because if we get somebody right now and it's not done right, then I gotta go back in and fix it, and it's gonna be even worse. Yeah. And then you're also paying somebody else. So it's like. So
basically, long story short, we got to give y'all a better product so that this podcast can blow up, and it could run smooth like most people's podcasts. Right now, I'm sure y'all like, bro, y'all been running around like chickens with heads cut off. All right, so look, let me catch up to speed with the LA twerking nuns. What's up? Also, there was a escaped convict, double murderer, illegal alien in Pennsylvania that was on the loose. Mainstream media don't tell y'all about that. And of course, they talking about impeaching Joseph Raheem Brandon, aka the Dark Brandon.
That was a matter of time.
They got all the evidence, but right now we'll tell y'all what's going on with that. Also, there was like a terrible earthquake in Morocco that killed, what, 2,000 people?
Over 2,000 people, man. It's crazy because like I'm just thinking how scary that is, and I know it's not America, but like that it could just come out of nowhere, and then all of a sudden it's just like, oh shit, 2,000 people dead. Just like
maybe America could send them $700.
50 million, so that each resident can get $700.
And meanwhile, Ukraine, have you seen the post, the list of how much money they keep sending Ukraine. It's like 500 million, 600 million, 2 billion.
No, that thing that really fucked me up was when you were like, oh, and then there was like a clerical error.
They're like,
and I was like, that's some bullshit. They're like, we sent this. Oh wait, that's unaccounted for. But it's cool. It's cool. Just it's cool. Let it ride.
Like, well, that means we got more room. Now we can send them more. It's like you just accidentally sent them 2 billion. How y'all making these $1 billion clerical errors? All right, so initially, the LA Dodgers, I guess they were trying to do some kind of like pride. I think they tied it in with pride, but they had like they were gonna honor the nuns. It was like this group of twerking. They're not even really nuns. It's like grown men who are like drag queens, but they like to. I guess part of their little theme is they like to do a lot of blasphemous, sacrilegious.
Yeah, I was about to say, is this the one where they did the
Jesus
cross?
On the thing.
Oh, yeah, I know. I remember seeing this shit. And what happened with them now?
Well, all right, so so that was a whole debacle initially, right? Because the Catholics came out, like a couple brave priests were like, nah, and now they're getting asked to step down by the Vatican. So some of these priests that organize like prayer night, like anything positive, the Dodgers, I don't know if they realized, like when they went ahead and hosted these drag twerk nuns, the stadium was like empty and everybody was outside protesting. And then when I think they actually had like if I'm not mistaken, like a family Christian night, it was actually packed. But I don't even know if they would even do that because that's so unheard of these days. Like, for example, in these schools, they're willing to talk about anything and everything except, hey, can we talk about some of the virtues of Christianity? Can we talk about some, like, positive things? They're like, no. We got to have pornographic books available for 6th graders, and we got to have these grown men with makeup sitting here crisscross applesauce with the kids. And for some reason, they always want to be around kids. So one of these twerking drag nuns was caught for public masturbation. He was in his truck, butt naked, with his door open and his leg out. He was choking the chicken. He was massaging the poultry. He was petting the bishop. I don't know what all the words are. He was strangulating the mongoose.
Sounds like you're doing a good job right now. Good going.
Yeah, he was strangulating the mongoose. Just make something up. He was unwrapping the tamal.
The chile piquin.
Yeah, the chile piquin. He was smothering the burrito.
Okay. All right.
Anyway, this is not a serious news show, ladies and gentlemen.
No,
Please do not follow me. If you want real political advice, go to Fools Gone Wild. They won't lead you astray. They'll have you voting Democrat, and they'll have you voting blue no matter who.
Or go to a George Lopez show. He'll tell you all about politics.
He'll tell you how to vote. I'm going to be quiet, all right? I'm just a comedian. But if you want political advice, go to George Lopez, and he's going to tell you who to vote for. And see how that works out for you.
Vote blue no matter who.
Yeah, see how inflation and World War III work out for you.
Man, but that's wild, man.
So here's my point about that. All the people on the right, all the Catholics, all the Christians, all the conservatives, all the people that were just against wokeism, against Dodgers kowtowing to the woke mob, and they didn't learn nothing from Dylan Mulvaney, and they don't see the pattern. No one is surprised except the libs who are like, we just wanted to be inclusive. I mean, I'm not surprised. Like, it totally makes sense. They show the dude's mugshot and they show how he looks with the makeup and the wig thing. And I'm like, everybody knew that was a perv. So am I tripping? Let me know in the comments. Like, are y'all like, damn, Chingo, we just can't generalize and assume like they're not all going to do that. But I'm not surprised.
Yeah, so they've kind of cornered everybody. Like, they've kind of cornered everybody into this thing of like, if it looks like if it looks a certain way, if it acts a certain way, like, you can't say it unless they do something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They've cornered regular people from regular thoughts. Like, if you have regular associations of like, man, you know what? That doesn't look good. Hey, man, this could be problematic. That type of thing. If you say it out loud, you're a bigot. You know what I mean? Like, if they've cornered us into like mental gymnastics, into the like normal people of like, you can't just say what you want, because if you do, we're gonna attack you. And they're loud enough to make you second guess yourself. And so when something like
this gaslight
happens,
you to death.
That's what
it's almost like what's his name? Joseph Goebbels. I don't know how to say his name. Goebbels. The Nazi dude that came up with that phrase. if you repeat the lie enough, and the bigger the lie, the better, because then it'll start to stick. And that's kind of how communism works in terms of like making normal people feel bad for being normal. That's why they've been attacking like straight white males, like family unit, the idea that you need a father. Right now, I believe that like these commies, in the pursuit of statism, in the pursuit of making everybody want to destroy the nuclear family and replace it with like make the government your daddy. You know what I mean? Like stuff that just doesn't make sense. Where we see what the consequences are going to be. Like, bro, if we keep going down this path, for example, Kirk Cameron, he used to be on one of those sitcoms growing up. Do you remember which one?
Who's the Boss? Or
no, not Who's the Boss. Not, I think Growing Pains.
Growing Pains, maybe. Yeah.
I think he was on Growing Pains. But anyway, Kirk Cameron is like this super Christian dude who creates a lot of media in that space, like movies and things like that. He's very vocal about it.
Fireproof, that was a good one.
That was a Christian movie? Mm-hmm. I haven't seen them, but basically he was trying to organize like, hey, I'm making these positive, kids books, and I'd like to come read some stuff to some of these schools. And these school districts lost their mind, and they basically like if Juan wanted to go and be like, hey, I'm a father and I want to come do some daddy daddy watchdog type of thing, or I want to come read a book, and I'd like to come and help out or whatever. They'd be like, oh no, sir, no. Who do you think? What do you straight male coming in here, not trying to So the fact of the matter is, all these publications like LA Times, there were so many media articles written that if you spoke out against the twerking drag nuns, that you were the bigot. Literally everything you just said of like, they want to like indoctrinate you, gaslight you, confuse you, muddy the waters to where you start second guessing yourself. And they were literally making headlines and articles like the repercussions of shunning these community figures. Dude, they honored them with an award for the work you do. And it's like, all they trying to do is be at these public places twerking.
Yeah, let me put it in perspective for everybody. Like, if I want you guys to go back. I don't know how old some of y'all are, but like in the 90s, like when I was a kid, like I would go to church, and I remember, church was heavily kind of in a little bit of schools, but that's how our nation was kind of born, like through the guides of Christianity. So this is how crazy this has gone. Like we went from one end of the spectrum to the other end. So you had the one end where there was some Christianity in schools where you'd pledge allegiance to the flag, under God, all that stuff. And then now we're to the point where it was looked down on, where it's like, they used to preach hellfire, brimstone type of thing. If you don't repent, you're going to go to hell. That used to be the method in churches. Mm-hmm. In what, 20, 30, about 30 years, it has shifted so much, inch by inch, to the point where now it's at the VMAs. It's at all these different things where they're promoting and I know people are like, well, that he was just doing it for the song. He was trying to look cool.
Who? Sam
Smith and all these Lil Nas X, all these different people. It's all about twerking on the devil. Doja Cat, dressing like the devil. So like you have all these things where it's been, how do we go from so far from one end of the spectrum to the other end, where it's like now they're pushing away Christianity, where it's like, no, you're a bigot, you're trying to put that on us. Well, no, now you're trying to put your Satanism on us. So it's like, bro, we went to the other spectrum. So there's no middle ground. There's no like, well, everybody should just be what everybody is. And Christians aren't sticking to it. So a lot of them that were, and that's the thing, a lot of weak people infiltrated the churches, where like a lot of them don't even believe half the stuff they do. They just go because it makes them feel good for a day, and they go right back to whatever they were doing. And so over years, that's accumulated in churches to the point where the churches are so weak, and right now they don't even have a lot of substance. There's only a few maybe, but even then, it's like, if you don't even know what your convictions are, you don't even know who you are, how are you going to even stand up for anything that you actually believe in? And so right now we're at the point where churches are weak. Satanism is all over the goddamn place. Like, we're to the point where it's like these people are dressing like it, coming out. outwardly saying stuff.
Yeah.
And that's one of the main things about Satanism. The reason why they tell you they're going to do this stuff, and the reason why they tell you, like, in the raps and everything, because they have to tell you. So they have to tell you all the stuff that they're doing to where you guys are like, yeah, you know what? We should transition little kids because they know what's up. Yeah, you know what? The relationships with little kids is cool. It's like, hold up. UN is trying to pass laws on that and everything.
Oh, not only that.
It's like y'all have gone so far that you don't even see it now. You're like, well, no, we want to be inclusive. It's like, man, y'all playing with fire. It's
gender affirming care,
bro. Juan. Twerking nuns at the damn baseball game.
These are community leaders. All right, these are community leaders, and they do a lot of work for the community. So how dare you,
bro? The fact that if you're saying, if these people that are dancing and twerking as nuns, if they don't even believe in Christianity, if they don't even believe, why are they dressing like nuns? If they're not Catholics, why are they even dressing like nuns? To mock people, to mock somebody's belief, and other religions and other things. If you mock their religion, they will fuck you up.
Oh yeah. Try that. Yeah, exactly.
And so that's how I say that Christianity right now is super weak, and we really need to figure out, hey man, y'all need to fucking separate the shaft from the actual, like, the people that are like that have substance. Because I at some point y'all gotta start kicking people out of your church, dude. Because there's some people that,
dude, I saw a thing where they had a banner. It was like AI generated. It was like in front of the church. It was like AI generated sermons, or it's like y'all over there too busy. Like there's so many people that are atheists and agnostic and all that only they would probably fall for the AI generated pastor. You know what I'm saying? Like it's almost like you want to not believe. But you worship technology. Like something's gonna be your God. You know.
Yeah, but have you heard of Scientology? I mean, there's a lot of people that have fallen for anything, bro. So I mean, if you have like people that have fallen for like Scientology.
Hey man, quit talking about Michael Pena like that.
I don't give a fuck, man. I think Scientology is the worst one. That's like the stupidest one. Because if you ever heard the story, it's like this guy had an idea and he came up with it's like really stupid. Books. It's like, man, that hasn't been proven past a couple like 1,000 years. Calm down. So, but the thing is like with AI, that one's going to be more believable than any of these other ones because this one's going to be an active thing telling you like what to believe and blah blah blah. And it's going to be like, hey, look in Google, this is how this is. So I know what I'm talking about, the type of thing where it's man, you could be led astray. Like, and these people are being led astray by all kinds of things. Like, they're being led astray from twerking nuns, fool.
Yeah, it's like they don't want...
You think AI is not going to be able to fool them?
Like, so many people don't want to believe in God, but they're going to fall into the trap of this AI tech transhumanism to where they think that they're creating God. For example, a lot of these dudes, like, I think Ray Kurzweil, like a lot of these transhumanists... I think the guy that wrote that damn book, Sapiens, Yoel Harari or whatever, like all these people that are probably part of the World Economic Forum and they're in charge of like promoting and pushing AI, artificial intelligence. Like I think one of them was quoted was like, "Do you believe in God?" He's like, I don't believe God has been created yet," or something like that. It's like they can't wait to make technology their God. But anyway, let us know in the comments if you're surprised that the twerking nuns, some of them were perverts. So I'm not surprised. So you didn't hear about the Brazilian illegal alien that could have got deported, but Biden don't like deporting people, so he escaped from prison and they locked down schools. He was on the run for like 12 days or something. No. All right, so the media is not covering this. There was a dude who killed somebody already in Brazil. Came into America illegally. I believe they had caught him and didn't deport him or something like that. That part might be a little iffy. But then he ends up stabbing his girlfriend 38 times in the back in front of her kids. This is in Pennsylvania. In front of her kids, stabbed her in the back 38 times. Now, they don't deport him. They just put him in the jail. And then there's video footage. It was going viral where he, like you see the security camera, and he like walks over to this area where it's like brick wall and like a door. And you see like an inmate walk by and he kind of goes over there. And he basically like crab walks, like puts his feet on the wall. Like I guess the wall is narrow enough to where he's able to reach over with his hands, reach over with his feet, and just like Spider-Man, like went up sideways like that.
With some American Ninja shit.
Exactly. I don't know how he came up with that, but escaped the jail. Was like armed and dangerous in illegal. They've been dumping a bunch of illegals in Southeast Pennsylvania. So there was a lot of people trying to aid and abet. And then I think his sister got stopped at a checkpoint. She was in a U-Haul. She had rented a U-Haul allegedly to probably go help this fool. So they were locking down schools. I think a couple people were like volunteering to like try and actively go out and look for this fool. So the whole point is, he's like a representation and like an example. Like the reason the media is not covering it is because he's an example of like, these are the kind of people that unfortunately
it doesn't fit their agenda.
It's not good for their narrative. So like, for example, when we posted the picture of me getting the plaque from the Border Patrol, which I need to figure out which studio I'm gonna put it at. But the picture of me performing for the Border Patrol, of course, I get it. Raza, they don't listen to RPT, some of them. So basically the comments are just like, oh, bootlicker, you know, you're over there, you know, doing this and that for the white man and traitor, blah, 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 blah. And you try to reply to them like, bro, unfortunately, there's pervs, terrorists, killers, right? I mean, there was once an orange man who tried to warn us and said, they're sending their rapists,
they're not
killers.
sending their best.
They're not sending their best. Many are good people, I assume. But he told y'all the raw truth. And I know I got triggered when I heard it because I didn't know how to interpret it.
You're
like,
the Chalupa Bowl. That's what you heard. He was, it's the best Chalupa Bowl.
We have the best taco bowls in New York City. And meanwhile, the Democrats were calling Mexican-American voters taco bowls in their emails. And then that shit came out. But Raza was like, nah, fool, it's different. That's not how they meant it, fool. Hillary's good, fool. And then basically, I know. Anyway,
we like both got triggered on Hillary's name.
Well, because some of the people that try to talk mess in the comments, you go look at their thing and it's like, you have Obama in your profile picture? Like, what are you doing? You haven't gotten the memo? Like, where were you for them 8 years? And even now, it's like his third term. But
Beth Hellberry.
You he over there with the Nuns. And you try to explain to these people in the comments, bro, like, well, I do, right? Like, hey, man, we got to keep some, like, don't hate on the Border Patrol because somebody has to, like, every country has a Border Patrol damn near. I mean, we're probably funding I know we're funding Ukraine's border. We care more about their border than our own. And it's like, you're telling me ain't no drugs coming in. You telling me cartel ain't human trafficking people. You telling me kids ain't being used up going through there, organ harvesting. You telling me it's just all Mexican abuelitas. And you try to explain to them like, bro, it's mostly OTM other than Mexican. And if that's your identity and that's all you care about. And you try to tell them like, bro, there's literally people who done killed already, who's coming in over here to kill some more. And then they're on the loose. And they don't even know. They're just like, nah, fool, you're just a bootlicker, fool.
Yeah, and then right now they're not even letting them try to go outside of Texas. They're trying to keep all the immigrants in Texas. So now because somebody cried wolf in New York, not gonna name names.
Who? Eric Adams?
Yeah. Oh, I wasn't gonna name names, but go ahead. Yeah,
Eric Adams. Mayor. Yeah,
Mayor.
People want to know what the hell's
crying wolf, and now they're trying to pass something to where I don't even know. It probably got passed where the migrants are not allowed to leave Texas. It's like what? Hold up. So they can cross the border, but they can't cross the Texas border now.
Yeah, exactly.
So are we part of Mexico now, or what is that? Because it's like I thought we were the United States, and now it's causing all kinds of division. Where it's like, dude, okay, y'all are playing with fire right now. It's like, dude, you want us to succeed? Like, what are y'all doing? Like, what are y'all doing? Because like right now, you're making we have a border. You don't want to reinforce that border, but now you want to enforce the border on Texas. It's like, man, fuck you, dude. That's some stupid shit, dude.
That's bar.
That's some stupid shit.
That's a bar. Everything he just said, bro.
It makes no sense. So you're gonna let Texas deal with this now.
I mean, look at the little game they played. First, Eric Adams says, we are proud to be a right to shelter city. This is who we are. This is like the Democrats' playbook. This is who we are. Immigrants contribute more than they take. They don't drain the system. Meanwhile, you're asking for a bailout. Meanwhile, you saying it's going to destroy the city and we can't handle it. So I thought you just finished telling us that diversity is our strength and they contribute more than they take and they make us better. Meanwhile, you got all these Venezuelans now. Have you heard the new one, bro, where allegedly Maduro, the dictator or whatever he is, the leader, president of Venezuela, is sending, kind of like the way terrorists work, like with the funding and sales, sending money to the Venezuelans that are in New York, or basically sending them these little motorcycles that they like. So now, that is the Latin America third world playbook. Have y'all not seen footage of like in Brazil, in the favelas, or in Colombia, where these little fools pull up on their little dirt bikes and shit, like, and then the dude on the back and pow pow, and they just ride off in between these little streets. And it's like, that's the type of war zone you trying to bring to New York. So here's the playbook. Eric Adams says, bring them here, send them here, send them here, send them here, bring them here, send them here. And then he says, oh no, it's going to destroy New York. Bail us out. So basically rural America, the people that Oliver Anthony be singing about. So now they got to fit, we're going to have to all fit the bill for their little fuck up. And they want to keep the border unchecked. And they want Texas to just be the reservoir for all this riffraff.
So maybe some of y'all are listening to this and you're like, man, y'all triggering all kinds of things. But I want you to put it in perspective of this. Like, if you're one of those people that's like, bro, we got to help everybody. We got to help everybody. I'm going to put it in perspective like this. If you knew, okay, let's say you lived in a gated community, which some of y'all probably don't. But like, let's say you live in a gated community or something. And then you start letting some people in, right? And you're just like, man, we should help these people. These people are poor. Let's get them back on their feet. And it starts to work. And, you know, you start making a difference, whatever. And then you get more people. But then you find out, oh, these people came from a mental institution. Or, oh, these people came from a jail. And these people are beyond our help.
Wait, we got, some of them child molesters.
Child molesters, rapists.
Killers.
From another neighborhood. They're just trying to get them out and be like, hey man, that neighborhood over there, they will help you.
Or now they breaking into the houses and the thing. Or now they stealing water. Now they over here.
And now it comes to a point of diminishing returns where it's like, now they're taking up all your resources. Now they're taking up all these different things, and then now they're hurting your community. Now they've infested it. So you're saying like, I get what some of y'all are saying. You're like, dude, we should have Mexicans come over because like they're right next door and we love people and
they're all good.
Those are familia, blah 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 blah. Then all of a sudden, we start getting that's a Nigerian, that's a fucking like all kinds of like just different Venezuelan, Haitians, everybody,
all type of Africans.
Everybody, and they're being shipped over, and it's. Bro, they did this. They did this like thousands of years ago. That's how Australia was born. They started sending all their prisoners to Australia, and that's how Australia was born. So now they're doing that to America. Where it's like, here's all the bad people, and it's like, oh, now we got to deal with this. We couldn't even deal with our own homeless problem. You think we're gonna be able to fix everybody else? And y'all want, and you're like inflation and all this other stuff. You're so fucked when you go.
It's because climate change, Juan, and the Democrats think they could tax you to death and take more power to fix the climate. Meanwhile, they can't keep doo-doo off the sidewalk in them damn cities they run.
And y'all keep that same energy, and this is fucked up to say it, I'm going to say it anyways. Y'all keep that same energy. If any of y'all have kids, if any of y'all have like loved ones, and then all of a sudden an immigrant does something to them.
Hit and run. And
then what happens? And then all of a sudden, maybe some of y'all are going to get red pilled then. Like, oh my God, man, we got to secure the border. By then, it's going to be like super late. And right now, it might even be too late because there's millions of fucking immigrants, dude.
The official number's 10 million in the past, I forget, like 2 years or something. 10 million, which is more than the population of New York City and probably more than the population of a lot of places. But that's the official number. That's not really counting, I think, the actual number.
And since the mayor won't say this out loud because he's a dumbass, but he's like, we gotta get them out. We can't take any more. It's like, okay, well then what do we need to do? The thing we need to do, secure the border. Once we secure the border, don't let anybody else in for a while until we start shipping people back out. Because at the moment, there's nothing we can do while that's broken. So you're gonna ship them out of New York and then put them where? Like we gotta get them back out. Like, there's a lot of people here now that shouldn't be here. So you need to secure the border to stop the bleeding. It's just like the body. If your body was bleeding out, you gotta like cut off the part where you're bleeding out.
Instead of like, why do I have a headache?
And then I don't know, I feel lightheaded. Like you gotta secure that, then start tending the wound. So you can only tend the wound once you stop the bleeding. The way you stop the bleeding is cut off the fucking border, then start fixing it. Then you start coming up with the plan to execute. Right now, we're not doing any of that. So while the New York guys like, we just need help, we need bailout, we need money. It's like, bitch, we need a lot more than that.
Besides, this is stolen land, and this used to be Mexico. Hey, bro. All right, cool. Save that for your Chicano studies rhetoric. Like, y'all could go discuss that over there with your brown beret. Right now, we talking about reality, economics, and like adult table conversations. And like everything Juan just explained in that rant, it just touches on the fact that both parties, right? You got idiots in both. It doesn't matter if it's an R or a D behind the name. A lot of them is corrupt, incompetent, and like open borders for whatever their little globalist agenda is. So don't be a pawn to the globalists, because they're weaponizing the migrants. You got a big old caravan getting put together right now in Panama, and then they're using this CB1 app, and then these people they're giving them concierge service, hooking them up with the cell phone, the money, the health care. They don't require them to get the jab.
And meanwhile, y'all can't even afford an Uber. Come on, man.
Yeah, they coming in, no immunizations. I mean, you finna see all type of polio and measles and mumps and all type of crazy shit pop up. Yeah. But anyway, do we have time for one more topic, or should we keep them hanging? Real quick.
Let's see what's up.
Impeachment.
Yeah, we might want to save that one. I don't know how deep we're gonna go with that. We'll go for it.
All right, we'll save it probably for the Patreon episode. Patreon.com/Red Pill Tamales. I am a comedian now. I know this is like...
Sorry, guys.
No. And you know what, bro? I don't apologize at all. And I think you're able to be a silly entertainer and somebody who makes little songs and does voiceovers, and you could perform and you could be a stand-up comedian. But at the same time, I mean, it's been proven many, many times. I'm not the first to be like, I have a serious side and there's some stuff I want to talk about. I'm not saying I'm the only one.
Yeah, so I take my apology back.
Yeah, take that back.
Can't have that. I'm taking it back. Take my power back.
My whole point is this. I am a stand-up comedian. We do got some fire merch on ChingoTheMerch.com. More merch coming. Exclusive merch on the road. This will be out. So Denver this weekend. It's about 5 shows, about 3 days. Javi Luna is going to be in the building. You do not want to miss it. So like I said, I am a comedian. Obviously, some of y'all might be like, oh, I remember this fool from back in the day, or whatever.
That's a different muscle.
But this is important. This is also important. This is also important. This is also something that not all raza, not all Latinos, not all Mexicans, not all Democrats are blind, ignorant. Like, nah, fool, you're just hating on Mayor Eric Adams, and the way it works is you guys gotta keep them, and you gotta until, like, dude, people come at me in the comments all the time. Why don't you tell your papi Greg Abbott to remove the barbed wire? Remove barbed wire so that the killers can just walk in? You know what I'm saying?
So some kind of obstacle.
I mean, come on, dog. Don't fall for the okie doke.
We couldn't get the wall up, so we had the barbed wire.
Bro, they welded 140 gates open, saying because the moose need to migrate and because there's a rare barnacle in the river, therefore they had to weld open. Oye, nos están viendo la cara de pendejos, bro.
But anyways, just a shout out to the Border Patrol that we met, dude. Y'all were dope.
They're stressed out, and I also saw on Twitter. Obviously, the Border Patrol Union. I don't think they speak for all Border Patrol. I don't know how that works, but I follow the Border Patrol Union, and they literally said, like, we do not have a border. It's totally out of control. It's literally just a line on the map. And this administration is not giving them the resources because they're using the Border Patrol as like a concierge welcoming thing where it's like, all right, come over here. They're going to clothe you, feed you. You're going to get your baby formula. You know what I'm saying? Moms in America can't even get a hold of that stuff sometimes. And they give them a court date and they treat all of them. They found loopholes, right? Because you got these NGOs and these volunteers and the Catholic charities, these people helping and aiding and abetting. And they give them like this court date like 10 years from now. Just hang out in New York, go to Chicago, go to Martha's Vineyard, go wherever, hang out in Texas. And just, if you can, make it to your court date in 10 years. And they're not showing any signs of slowing down. They just gaslighting y'all. And they want to keep people in the dark thinking that I thought it was just nice raza coming to work for a better life, escaping climate change. Don't fall for the okie doke.
Because in 5 years from now, you can be like, I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I don't know why there's this like that. Oh wait, the DUI guy that slammed into the school bus, he was illegal, and then the other dude that raped the lady at the park, he was illegal, and he was already a raper. Can we say these words on here?
Probably not.
All right, y'all. Patreon.com. Get the exclusive where it's way more flagrant. Patreon.com/Red Pill Tamales. Join the Discord. Join the community. Because that's really all we're trying to do. I know I'm not no political expert, but we just want to meet some more like-minded people.
Yeah, if you're a fan of Chingo, I mean, this is just a part of his personality. We do different things. We do sketches. We do different things. We're usually in the funny zone, and so we make this lighthearted as much as possible, but at the same time we still want to inform you guys, so at least come for some of the information. And again, we're not experts by any means, but you know, we just want to talk about some of this stuff just to bring it to light, just in case you don't see certain things on your feed. You know,
let us know. Let us know in the comments. We keep the discussion going. See you guys in Denver this weekend.